So Carol, start however you want to start.
Okay, I'm Carol Stevens. I was addicted to methamphetamine for 12 years of my life. When I was 33 years old, I got put into the MOMS program over in Medford, and I found the Lord. I Since then, I've graduated the MOMS program. I have actually went to school. I attend Celebrate Recovery Church with the Lord. I've found peace in my life, sanity, a a focus, knowing that there was more to life than just being on the streets and selling drugs and having a criminal mind and not doing the things that God meant for me to do. Um, um,
You can talk about in that time frame. I mean, you don't have to be specific. You don't have to give specific names. But did you hurt people?
I think the biggest thing that I did in my addiction is I hurt my kids, because I left them with my grandmother, and I used, and that was more important to me at the time. My drug addiction took priority over my relationship, over everything, and it was really hard for me when I got clean to come to terms with that. And I think without the Lord and understanding that He has forgiveness for me, I wasn't able to. It was a hard process for me to come to grips that I had hurt them and that I needed to learn how to forgive myself to be able to parent properly, because I wanted to parent out of guilt, and I wanted to enable them, and I wanted to do all the things that were not going to help them in the long run, because I felt like I needed to make up for lost time and do all those things. So I think that for me, that's probably been the hardest part of forgiveness for me, is finding a place where I am able to forgive myself and move forward knowing that God sees me differently than I see myself. And that I think in that I have to realize that other people deserve forgiveness too. So even the people that have hurt me in my addiction, or that I've been hurt in my life by my parents and stuff, I think I go back to looking at myself and what I did and the things and being able to know that they were probably in that same place, and trying to understand that people are where they're at and they're there for a reason. And somebody told me once, a really wise person, that unforgiveness or holding resentments is like drinking poison and expecting the person across from you to get sick. And so just kind of have to look at that. I'm not perfect at it, and I still struggle with it all the time, but I really feel that forgiveness starts with yourself, and being able to forgive yourself, and then you realize inside that it's a lot more. There's more peace, and resentment doesn't feel good to hold against other people. I
Have you have you gone to any one person, so to speak, and that was tough for you to go to and ask, make amends with that person, ask them to forgive you, and if so, who was that? Or maybe talk about one of the hardest things to make amends with. You talked about how hard it was to forgive yourself, and you did a really good job of explaining that.
I think the hardest part, and I think I still struggle with this one daily, but I have made the attempt, was with my ex-husband, actually, and I had to write it, and I had to say I'm sorry for my part in the emotional abuse, my part of the stuff that created our problems, and saying that I own that, and that I was abusive verbally, and then I'm sorry for the things that I said, and those kind of things. And I think that was hard for me, because I wanted to put all the blame on him, and you did this to me and you did that to me, but I realized that I took part in all of that, And when I wrote it, I sent it to him. It was actually in an email. I felt relief, like I'd taken my side of the street and I tried to clean it up and tried to own it. And I think that that's the most important part of forgiveness, is you have to own your part in it. And there's a gift in holding on to resentments, whether it's bad or good. You have to own it, and you have to clean up your street. And as long as you're taking your part in it, it's not really about them. It's about you having peace within yourself. Because if you don't have peace, it's kind of like that same thing when you don't love yourself, it's hard to love other people. It's the same kind of thing if you don't have forgiveness.
And there's a Bible verse on that too. We've got to love our neighbor as we love ourselves.
Yeah.
And I don't know how hard or how easy this will be for you, but you made a great point, and we were talking earlier about being where you're at with your daughter. You don't have to go into detail, but if you feel comfortable, share about that there's issues that you're dealing with right now, and if you hadn't forgiven yourself, and you're constantly being attacked by the enemy in this area anyway, but knowing that you're done with that, you've forgiven yourself in that, and it's easier for you to move forward, even though some of the action you have to take is tough.
I think that the biggest thing for me, and especially with my kids, is coming to that place where I realize that I need to become a parent, not a friend. And the only way to do that was to forgive me and know that I made mistakes in the past, and I can't move forward living there. Like I have to move forward in my life and not live in the past. And there's nothing I can do about the past. And I think I've said this to my kids, and they're not very happy about it, but I've made mistakes, and I'm sorry about those mistakes, but I can't move forward if I stay stuck in those mistakes and beat myself up over it. And so in that, I think that I became a better parent, not the best parent in the whole entire world, but I've become a better parent because I'm able to put those boundaries up, and it's not easy doing that. It's not easy giving tough love to your kids and stuff, especially when you have guilt. But being able to forgive yourself in that and then move forward and be able to put healthy boundaries up is healthy for them in the long run.
I think we've got it. I think we've got enough.
Yeah.
For sure. And that last part, I definitely want that in there. That's perfect. Perfect. Is there anything else you want? You want her to smile and nod like she's agreeing with herself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
This
We're not a
is
staring contest.
this is the actress side of it.
Yeah. Andre does this. It doesn't mean he's going to include this, but every once in a while he likes to change things up.
Change things up and edit it. Okay.
So
Okay. And so that's what's going to happen up on the screen.
You're
Will
gonna
you hear me talking?
you're going to get to see. I'm going to let you see the finished product when
Okay.
we're done. But
When is it going to
got
play?
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Not this Saturday, but the following one?
Not this Saturday. It'll be the following. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm recording now. Just like some. I know you didn't do that,
Yeah.
but some people sort of put their hair back
Okay.
or something. It's just, and you just look at Scott.
It's the artiste.
Okay.
It's the
Okay.
artiste. So.
Okay, I think that's good because I don't.